Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So LSU's offense will get the first swing of the game. When these two teams square off against each other, they know the legacies they carry, and that'll be evident in this one, guys.
Alabama-LSU is one of my favorite games each and every year because this is one of the fastest games you'll see all season.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. He'll take a deep shot here. And that ball is picked off. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Bama!
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick 6. Put yourself in a hole, not good.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last. He's going for it all. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. They'll run the screen. Hard running there. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Going for the big play. And the DB right with him to knock it away. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
Off the play fake on first down. He's going for the big play. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this way.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in the offense?
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And a lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU, Jesse, had a year to think on that.
They sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are two programs that are consistently competing for the same five-star board. That's a big reason why this game means so much.
To the air, it's Milroe. He makes the connection.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this.
Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate more.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got some room to run. Touchdown Tide! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. It's complete.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back. Oh, picked off. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Alabama! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Got it set up on the outside. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough of that first down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds. New set of downs for this offense.
He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. The Tigers are marching down the field. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Durham. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Black. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollock.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
And the catch was one thing and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ballgame.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Escape. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. I can hear the trash talk right now. Wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks. Hey, defensive line, you want to get me some sacks? Or I guess I'll do it myself.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Feeling some heat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 4th down, going to the air. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Off-play action on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. Open space at the 25. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Alabama pushing the tempo. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Going downfield for the big play. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. This offense has a second down play. Caught on the outside, it's Lacey. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gets it out quickly. Still running at the 40. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Daniels. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 here. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got it on the move. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. LSU lining up 1st and goal. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They keep attacking through the air. Looking to scramble. Gets away from one. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now he snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And the extra point makes it 14-0. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Miller. At the 40, there he goes. He's off to the races. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Handoff from the shotgun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Trying play action. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. One final play before the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Law. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Back to throw, it's Milroe. It's complete, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear...
And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now on second down after the incompletion. He'll ride his man on the option. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later.
And they got him for the sack.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quickly.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Tide.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense, forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Purdue pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. A masterful road performance, or as Coach likes to call it, Boilermakers football. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback checking off. He'll just keep slinging it. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield.
Now, anytime the ball goes in the air towards him, I feel like it's his. Like, there are no 50-50 balls. He just makes plays, game after game, play after play, and you see him featured in this offense for a reason. He's one of the best in the country, not just at the wide receiver position, period. This guy's in the Heisman Trophy conversation as a receiver.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. The play action fake. Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Got his man quickly. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He wants to throw here on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's got it and still on his feet. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They want to throw it. Makes the catch. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Here comes that Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're trying to get to him. He's going to run it. Quarterback gets the first down and more. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. To the air. It's Milroe. Complete in the middle. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Bernard. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He's looking to throw it. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. He'll come out throwing on first down. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Complete to the left. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He uncorks one deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And I know most offensive coaches, they're going to be thrilled taking all these 50-50 shots against man coverage. I don't know, though, if they want to keep testing that defensive back. He has been on.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Bama! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get... And it's his 4th interception of the game. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Excellent field position here for the offense. Going up top on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Not enough space. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Quarterback checking the play. Back to the air one more time. Shoots it to the left. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, LSU. Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches and the score. Inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything there.
Nothing but green ahead. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets them up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Caught over the middle. It's long. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'll run play action. Hit as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Smashes through the tackle. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Using his legs, it's Young. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown Tide! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The LSU Tigers offense takes the field. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. On third down, he drops to throw. The ball is intercepted. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Alabama! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down coming up. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Quick completion on the out route. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play off. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense in Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great.
Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a career game for this linebacker. You don't see a lot of linebackers get 2 picks in a game, but this guy's done it. He's done an outstanding job in zone coverage and in man, and he's showing his coaching staff he's got pretty good ball skills too.
On the double.
Try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Used the play fake, now to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Off the play fake. Looking left. He's got an open man. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Alabama quickly back to the line. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones, and to your point, I like that.
Ball is free. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Man, this is why you
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Milroe. He caught it, and he will score. Touch. Bama. Another to their lead. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Snagged in the middle, it's Lacy. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to force the punt. That is so well done.
Timeout called by the defense.